All right, today we are going to be going over, since I switched over from Canon to Sony, not more or less of what's in my bag, but what's in my new Sony lineup, and from switching over from Canon to Sony. And to start things off, the front runner is the Sony A7RII, 42 megapixel, full frame sensor. Small, compact, brings a big punch. With the 42 megapixel sensor, it gives me enough detail to crop in, pretty much do whatever I want with the image. Next up in my line is the backup to my Sony A7RII, the A7RII. This is a little bit older body. I actually have the grip system on this one. I just happened to get the newer grip to try out before I end up buying another one, just to make sure if it's, you know, a good alternative for a second or third party brand compared to the $300 or $400 Sony grip systems that they have for the name brand. The Sony A7RII, 24 megapixel, full frame still sensor. It's more of my, when I'm shooting weddings, it's the 1-2 punch. I have the A7RII, and then I have this as the second punch, which is the A7RII. It's very nice. It's literally the same comfortability, size, and look as the A7RII. Next in my lineup, now you're probably wondering with these two bodies, what lenses do I shoot? Let me tell you, wait, there's more. 70-200, f4, G Master. It is the one with the built-in optical stabilizer system. Very clean, very lightweight, very smooth focusing. The rubberized grip on the zoom as well as the focus ring, very nice. You know what, your fingers don't feel like they're gonna slip off or anything. All your buttons and everything else on the side, multiple mode 1, 2 for different stabilize. And with the focus hold buttons, I actually have these programmed for when I hit it, it goes and does the eye focus lock-in. So yeah, 70-200 f4 with the lens hood. And the cool thing about this is, just like back in the Canon, the L series has nice velvet inline instead of just plastic, so anything that goes in there, it kind of sticks, if that makes sense. Kind of sticks to the lens. Anyways, next in the line is this little guy. I mean, look how tiny this is. This is a 55, I mean, it's so tiny. This is a 55 1.8 prime Sony Zeiss lens. This is E-mount, by the way. I forgot to say that at the beginning, but E-mount for pretty much the mirrorless system. It has its own little hood, and even with the hood on it, it's still very, very tiny. So it's very sharp. And again, the focus ring on this, pretty much all these lenses, it's very well crafted, all metal, not cheap plastic. And I'll have everything of these, I'll have all these lenses linked down below. I'll have actually a full complete kit, so you can actually see everything that I shoot with, even the lighting gear and etc. that you're not gonna see on this video. Next in line is the new Sony 85 1.8. This is the newest lens that Sony just came out. It is very well built. It's a $600 lens, or the $600 85 I should say, because next step up is about $1,200, the Zeiss, and then the G Master, which is up, I think, over $1,800. I didn't really look at it, but the comparisons to these and everything else I've seen on videos for other YouTubers, they pretty much say that it's pretty hard to define the two besides the 1.4 G Master to the 1.8 aperture on this $600 Sony lens. Very fast, I like it. Use it for my portraits. Next in line is this little Sigma MC11 adapter. This actually goes on either one, either body. I sometimes switch it to the A7R II, or I'll have it on the A7 Mark II. What this allows you to do is pretty much like the Metabones edition, except this is the Sigma brand, so it's dedicated more towards the Sigma lenses to enable a lot of the Sony features like the eye lock, focus, and etc., as long as your lens is compatible and update on the firmware. This allows me to go from this guy to pairing up the Canon mount Sigma 35 1.4 Art Series. This is one of my favorite lenses. It's very sharp. So it has the 1.4 aperture, and this is built like a tank. It's got the weight, it's got the quality build. I love it. This is one of my primary lenses that I actually shoot with almost 90% of the wedding with. Now, some of the other stuff that I don't have on hand, like I said earlier, everything's linked below. In the one in the description, you'll see the kit.com, which I suggest for any of you guys that are photographers or filmmakers or people in general that like to keep track of the latest kits that you have. Check out the website, but on the link below, it will guide you over to my complete wedding gear or gear list in general for the Sony lenses, bodies, and as well as some of the Godox lighting equipment that I use, including the new AD200 is my latest addition to my Sony lineup. So thanks again for watching. I hope you like this, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share. As always, see you next time.